I don't know why I like saying this, but guess who's back? Back again. The wine guy's back. Tell a friend. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm motherfucking back. And welcome to Wine Talks. On this week's episode, I'm going to be calling out all vegans because some of you motherfuckers are faking. Well, you're not faking because you don't know, but you are doing a disservice to yourself. I'm breaking down sulfites. I have a wine recommendation. And I'm finally discussing tannins. So, I'll be in the shop, I'll be doing my thing, I'll be chilling. And people constantly come up to me, not constantly, but frequently enough to where I got to talk about it. And they will say, hey, I would like a wine with no sulfites, or do you guys carry wines without sulfites? And their answer is no. Reason being is because sulfites occur naturally in wines during the process of fermentations. Now, if you check out the episode fermentation, you'll get down why I'm breaking down fermentation. But where the trouble is, where the issue is that some wineries add too much sulfites. Now, all wineries, just about all of them, they add sulfites into their wines so it can be a preservative, so it can stay on the shelf longer, so it can make its way to you, so you can get it home. You can't forget that we are dealing with grape juice, and grape juice without sulfites will quickly turn into fucking vinegar. And now we're drinking vinegar, and this podcast is about vinegar, and I don't want to drink vinegar. I don't want to drink vinegar. You shouldn't drink vinegar. Nobody should drink vinegar. We don't want to drink vinegar. Fuck vinegar. Unless you're cooking with it, then vinegar's alright. Nonetheless, vinegar is not made to be drunk. Sulfites are often contained in a lot of food, like potato chips. They're in toothpaste. They're in soda. They're on fruit. They're on fish. How do you think a fisherman catches a fish? And then what does he do with it? He takes it to the fish market, and it stays in the fish market for 6-7 hours. You don't think that fish is gonna rot coming fresh out the water? You need to start looking at sulfites as a preservative. It helps wine from spoiling. It helps wine from tasting oxygenated or oxidized. Now, oxidation, as I get it correct. Leave that all in there too. I'm not perfect. I'm going to mumble. I'm going to slur. But oxidation, oxidation, if you didn't know it, if you didn't hear me, it's when you let too much oxygen get into a wine, and it has that musty cardboard sort of smell and taste to it. That means there wasn't enough sulfites. That means there was too much oxygen in the wine. That means it's not drinkable, and you shouldn't drink it. So sulfites are actually helpful. Now, to those who get headaches from wines that say contain sulfites, I want you to look at every wine label. I want you to look at every wine you get. I want you to look at the label, and it's going to say contain sulfites. Why? Because here in the United States, the FDA regulates what's organic and not organic, and they require every wine since the year 1987. So I was going to say 47, but it's 87. So they require that on the label you put contains sulfites if it contains more than 10 parts per million. Now, I don't know what the fuck that means, but that doesn't seem like a lot. But every bottle of wines has that label on it that says contains sulfites. Now, if you're like, Moselle, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you call yourself the wine god, but let me give you a little recommendation. You should drink more organic wines. In fact, you should drink more red wines than white wine. White wines contain more sulfites. Sweeter wines contain more sulfites than dry ones. So you need to drink dry, organic reds, and I guarantee you won't have another headache. You won't have another allergic reaction. And the reason being is because there are a lot less sulfites in organic wines than there are in unorganic wines. Let's do it. To put a table or put a tap on. Now, to put an end to sulfites, just because the wine label, if it's a French wine or a Spanish wine or any wine coming from overseas, it may not have it on the label that says contain sulfites. Doesn't mean there isn't sulfites in the wine. Again, sulfites are a natural byproduct that happens during fermentation and is often added to wine. Just to recap, that's right, preservative, so it can stay on the shelf longer. So that's Sulfites. I hope it helped you out. If you have any more questions, you know where to find me. Wine_God on Instagram. Hit me up. Wine Talks. So let's get into this, man. It's been long overdue, that I needed to talk about the dreaded tannins in wine. Now, tannins is what makes strong black tea taste bitter and astringent. Tannins are present in the grape skins, so you can't avoid it. And their presence in the wine depends on the amount of skin contact the wine has, the wine juice has with the grape skins. So, for example, red wine will obviously have more tannins than white wine because the grape skins stay in contact with the juice longer. Rosés will have a little bit of tannins because, again, it's not rocket science, because the grape skins don't stay that long in contact with the grape juice. So tannins you can't avoid, and it's in everything. It's right there. It's just like in the grape skins. It's what happens. I tend to like wines with low tannins. I'm more of a Pinot Noir, a Carry-On, Syrah guy. I don't like big tannin wines because to me it just kills the taste of the wine. Probably like Mozart, what do you mean? What's tannins? What do you mean tannins? So when you have a wine, have you ever seen an episode of Martin when he always used to take his glass of whatever they drinking and go and hit his side of his back of his throat? That's the tannin effect. That's the aggressiveness. That's the wine saying, hey nigga, I'm here. And that's the tannins. It's not much to say on tannins. They are in the grape skins, as I said. They are in the grape stalks. Some people like really tannic wines. They go well with steaks, Cabernets, Malbecs, like just full body dark fruit. What to expect when you grab a bottle of red? If it's a Merlot, if it's a Pinot Noir, if it's a Blanc Frankish, if it's a Syrah, these are light body, low tannin reds. But if you want a Cab, a Zinfandel, a Malbec, those are full body, massive reds with a lot of tannins. Being a vegan, that's the new thing out. I don't want any animal byproducts in my body. Not me per se. I am still a meat eater. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not afraid to kill my animal and eat meat. I don't believe that here in the United States we produce enough produce for where it's totally not going to have any animal byproduct in it. But nonetheless, for all my vegans out there who drink wine, here is a warning. Warning, warning, warning. Not all wines are vegan friendly. In fact, majority of the wines aren't vegan friendly. And I need you guys to pay close attention. If you still want to keep that title of being a vegan and not have any animal byproducts in your body, just because the wine is organic does not mean it's vegan. And let me explain to you why. So wine, if you leave wine by itself, if you crush the grapes and you do the process of fermentation, you just leave it alone, wine will self-stabilize and self-fine. It will get itself to the point by itself, to the point where we can drink it and consume it. Now that we're producing wine in such mass quantity and at such a frequent rate, winemakers try to find ways to help the process go a little faster. So they'll use things like a milk protein called casein, or egg whites called albumin, or animal protein called gelatin, and even in the craziest matter, they use a fish bladder protein called isinglass to help fine the wine. These are called fining agents, ladies and gentlemen. Again, milk protein, egg whites, animal protein, fish bladder protein are used mainly in wine. Now there are some vegan friendly wines out there, and there's a new process called bentonite, which they use activated charcoals, which is different. I'd rather have fish bladder or egg whites or milk protein than activated charcoal, whatever the fuck that is, in my wine. But to each his own. You choose your lifestyle. So you need to look out for your wines, labels. out there that say vegan friendly or vegan wine, what you need to look for when you grab your bottle of wine, you turn around to the back, and you need to look for a little V with a circle around it, which is traditionally where you see like how kosher wines have the little K in it. Vegan wines will have a V, a yellow V. It will be yellow with a green circle for vegan. And those are the wines you need to drink. If you need any wine recommendations as far to where vegan wines to get, you can go to Wines by Moselle at Create Joy. I will guide you all the way. Wine Talks. So on every episode, I try to, being the wine god, is lead the congregation to the nectars of the gods, and by drinking only good, exquisite, excellent wines, to your palate's needs. And today I'm going to do my wine recommendation. I'm going to recommend something that I haven't recommended before, which is box wine. Now, I totally disagree with drinking box white wine because white wine needs to be... Right, before I even get into that, fuck that. Before I even get to that, box wine, right? So box wine it comes in a box. Equivalent to 4 bottles of wine. Is packed into a vacuum sealed fucking Capri Sun, essentially. This Capri Sun's for adults. It's insane. I love box wine. And the reason why I would say you should drink more red and rosé box wine, because red wines do not need the amount of oxygen and air that white wines need. So being a white wine in the vacuum seal is great. But usually, from my experience, the white wines that I tasted they don't transfer well into the box. It just doesn't do it for them. They need the bottle. They just need the bottle. Now, reds on the other hand, rosés on the other hand, are ideal for the box. And today, I'm going to recommend VRAC. Yeah, that's right, VRAC. VRAC Rosé. It is a French Mediterranean rosé. Very light in color, very light in body. Refreshing, dry strawberry fruit notes. It is simply unbelievable, glass after glass after glass after glass. Now, the beautiful thing about this, and where I, my selling point, VRAC being so easy to drink, so easy to drink, so dry, with a little bit of strawberry hints. That is 14% alcohol. 14% alcohol. Now you might, goddamn, wine god, that's hot. That's a lot. It doesn't taste like it. It's refreshing. It's like I don't know if you guys ever used to watch the fucking Irish Spring commercials, and then you're like, splash of water into your face, and that's what VRAC is. It's a splash of rosé into your body, and it's fantastic. And I highly recommend it. I found this wine enjoyable. I found this wine friendly. It pairs well with most food. It's easy to drink, like I said. If you're not a wine drinker and you want a good bottle, a good box, not even gonna say a bottle, a good box of wine to drink, I highly recommend VRAC. If you are a wine drinker and you just want to have a glass of something that's gonna get you where you need to be, just take the edge off a little bit, I highly recommend VRAC. If you just like to fucking get drunk, I don't recommend VRAC because that shit 14% alcohol and you're going to get drunk really quickly, so I don't want you to become an alcoholic. Not on my watch. But that was the recommendation by the wine god himself. And this was an episode of Wine Talks. Rate, review, follow me on iTunes, Wine Talks, on Instagram, wine_God1, because apparently some bitch ass nigga already is the wine god and stole my name, so now I gotta be winegod_1. Nonetheless, it's fine, but still mad bullshit. Send me your questions. All wines mentioned on this podcast are on my website, which is winesbymoselle.createjoy.com. That's winesbymoselle.createjoy.com.